Welcome to Western Wisconsin Journal. I'm doing one of my favorite interviews with two people from the Phipps Center for the Arts. And I admire them both very, very much for what they're doing at the Art Center. I think it's, like John says, the jewel of the St. Croix Valley. So John Potter's here. He's the executive director. Welcome to the show, John.
Thank you, Bobby.
And Anastasia Sharton, who I've learned so much from as the visual arts director. I always mess that up. I am so sorry. One of these years. Well, anyway, I'm just delighted to have them both here, and I've looked through the schedule of events for the year. But first, I'm going to start with the art that's available and the different things. And I have to say, you have finished a very busy summer with Art Camp, the Members Spotlight Art Exhibit, classes. We're going to go into that a little bit too. But could you tell us about what is happening in the art area this fall?
Of course. Thank you, Bobby. It's never a dull moment at the Phipps, that's for sure. We always have a lot going on. So yes, we are wrapping up our members exhibit. We had 111 members participate this year, 189 pieces on display in the gallery, so really a very exciting show. The next big thing that we have coming up is the Spirit of St. Croix Art Festival. That's a partnership with the Hudson Area Chamber of Commerce and Tourism. Yes. It's an art festival that we present every year in Lakefront Park. And the Phipps responsibility is the Artist Village, and we'll have over 85 artists. It's looking like close to 90 artists who will be there, all with original work. This is work in jewelry, pottery, photography, painting, wood, turned work, carved work. Yeah, a really great selection, fiber, wearables, etc. And that's the weekend of September 23rd and 24th. So a really great event. In addition to the Artist Village, there'll be music on the main stage, and also great food from local vendors and entertainment, lots of hands-on opportunities, a raku demonstration, painting demonstrations, glass blowing demonstrations. So a really, really fun event.
That is just wonderful, and just make sure that we tell them it's this month.
Yes. So
make your plans for that weekend.
Yep.
And it's a wonderful time to go down to the river. I hope we have great weather. Mm-hmm. I love to go through the artist part.
Yes, yeah.
Because so many different things, unique things, and art is one of my favorite things too. Probably next to music.
A close second?
Close second, because you know my husband's very involved with art. And my son. But anyway, I did look up the music. You can hear blues, folk, Americana, Brazilian, and bluegrass. Now, to me, that's quite a different schedule of everything. Yes. And I think everybody in town should get down there, enjoy this, plus local food pretty much.
Yeah, yeah, and it is a free event, you know, so come on down to the park and, you know, enjoy the afternoon there or you know, spend the day and, you know, definitely find some, you know, great gifts for yourself or others too.
Yes, oh my
in the
goodness.
Artist Village. And this is one of several events going on throughout the valley through the Take Me to the River.
True.
So really, you know, the St. Croix Valley is just a great destination for the arts.
Yes, oh my goodness, it's so beautiful this time of the year.
Yeah.
So, and you've also been busy with some other events and other things coming up.
Yeah, well, other things, of course, we have classes. You mentioned Summer Art Camp.
Right.
Those are classes, you know, primarily for kids, you know, ages 4 through teens. During the school year, we shift to classes for teens and adults, and we have quite a few classes that are being offered. Right. Our ceramic studio, you know, is busy with pottery classes, and we also have a special workshop, a surface decoration workshop that Glynis Lessing is offering. She's an artist from Northfield, and she'll have an exhibition up. That exhibition opens the end of September, and then she does this workshop October 14th. So a really great opportunity to learn directly from an artist, and this is, you know, for people with little to no experience working with clay. So that's really, a special offering. But again, our ceramic studio has classes for beginning, intermediate students who are looking for really intensive pottery experience. We also have experiencing clay, which is if you're just kind of curious and looking for a 3-week class.
That takes a little technique, but it's fun to try.
It is. It is. Kind of play
Really?
play with mud, get a little dirt and get a little dirty. And but we also have a stained glass class. Those have been very popular. Steve King, who's a local Hudson artist, is offering those. We've got 2 sessions, one starting November 27th and another one starting in January. So kind of a nice Christmas gift to give to somebody too. Either the piece itself or the opportunity to learn that skill. And we have a photography class and also a concrete sculpture and mosaic class coming up this fall. So kind of something for everyone.
That's one that really intrigues me.
Yeah, Rihanna Durad. Do you know
heard
Rihanna?
of her, and
Yep.
I've been to her garden, sculpture garden
Yep,
farm.
in Beldenville.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's very impressive what
yeah.
she's done there.
And she has developed these techniques for creating these sculptures herself, and so through these classes she teaches those techniques. So it's an opportunity to learn how to make something that can be outdoors in this weather and stand up.
Oh,
to that
that's
weather
always
kind of
a
year
problem.
after year, and be kind of whimsical and handmade and potentially functional as well.
That would be a great class.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So kind of something for everyone there in those classes.
I think that's something that I wouldn't be good at, but I would love to do.
Well, you never know till you try. I know. I actually took a class from her and was able to make a life-size sculpture. And I am not really a maker. This is something,
In mosaic?
Yes, a concrete sculpture mosaic that is in my garden that I'm
I
very
can't
proud
even
of. So
imagine.
it is, even those of us with pretty basic skills can pull something off with Rihanna's guidance.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think about a little object and even a birdhouse and then full size.
Yeah, it's a sculpture. It's of my dad, life-size
What?
sculpture. Yeah.
How neat. Oh my goodness, that's inspirational.
Yeah, it can be done.
What fun. So, there's a couple other things I want to talk about.
Okay, on to my next packet.
Yes. Oh, the St. Croix National Scenic Riverway. I interviewed an author about that. So tell me about that art exhibit you're going to have.
Yeah, so that is coming up in 2018. And so that's kind of looking ahead, but it's
Lots of time.
Yep, lots of time. It's the 50th. It will be the 50th anniversary of the Wild and Scenic Rivers Act.
Oh, yes.
Right, and the St. Croix is one of the first rivers to be designated as such. And so this is an exhibition. It's a national juried opportunity. It's a partnership with the St. Croix River Association and the National Park Service. And we'll be filling our galleries with artwork in a broad range of media, all inspired by experiences on the St. Croix River. And so
you mean you're leaving it open to whatever the artist wants to produce?
well, it will be juried, so artists will submit images and proposals for projects, and then we'll convene a jury to review those submissions. And similar to the 100th, the centennial celebration that we did for the National Park Service, which was really a great exhibit. And so this one just focuses in on a particular park, just here
and there are a lot of
St. Croix
people
River.
in this area that are very passionate about that.
Yes.
And I am very much in sync with them.
Yeah. Well, the river is, what a great resource for us
it
for,
is.
Inspiration, recreation.
Oh, yes.
It's something that we
It's just
need
something that I
cherish.
appreciate almost every day.
Yeah,
I
me
guess
too.
except for winter, maybe a little.
Even
or
in winter,
flooding.
it's
But I won't
pretty
go there.
amazing. Yeah.
But no, I was talking to this artist, this author, who had done a compilation of all the meetings for the St. Croix Scenic Riverway. And he was very articulate about it all. And I just really admire people that are that passionate about things.
It is a great story.
So Heart of the River, it's called.
Yep. So that's July 1st is the submission deadline. So calling all artists who have work that they would want to be considered for that. And the guidelines are on our website, and you can always call me with questions as well.
All right.
Yeah. But we also have an exhibit coming up this fall that I definitely want to talk about. It's called In This Place, What Makes a Place Holy.
Yes.
This is a special exhibit that we're looking forward to. There are 3 artists who are in the show: Hend Al-Mansour, Susan Armington, and Sylvia Horwitz. And this exhibition explores the question, what makes a place holy? And it focuses on the lands of the Quran, the Torah, and the Bible from ancient times to the present.
This is so interesting to me.
Yeah. It opens.
I watch History Channel a lot.
Oh, then yeah. This will be right up your alley. It opens October 27th and runs through December 3rd. And we have quite a few related programs that are going along with that. The opening itself is on Sunday, the 29th of October. There will be music and also Middle Eastern food that we'll be serving. And then we're looking for docents, people who would be interested in coming to a training to learn more about the exhibit, to meet with the artists, and then be able to give tours to school groups and community groups. So we're starting that outreach right now, reaching out to potential donors, putting that invitation, docents rather, and putting that invitation out, as well as to schools and community groups to schedule tours. So yeah, I've gotten great feedback so far from the area schools.
Oh, I was just shocked when you told me about this. When I read it, I went, oh, what a great idea to learn about things I don't know about, and to see how other people feel and write things. And the ancient times are very interesting to me.
Well, it is interesting how much these religions are connected. And, you know, the crossover and the things that are shared across them. I think, you know, a lot of the focus is on differences, but I think through these conversations we'll learn a lot, you know, in both. So
we need this conversation here,
Yeah.
and I'm going to keep myself open to it.
locally.
And I hope to be very active in attending it.
Oh, great. Yeah,
And
we have.
there's going to be a lecture.
Yep. So the lecture is actually hosted or sponsored by the United Methodist Churches of the St. Croix Valley, and it will take place at the Hudson United Methodist Church. The lecture is titled Sacred Spaces in Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, and the speaker is David Penchansky, who is a professor of theology at the University of St. Thomas. So it's really a great opportunity, you know, for us to learn, you know, from a scholar.
I just hope I can go to that.
Yeah. That is on Tuesday, November 7th at 7 o'clock.
Tuesday, November 7th. That early?
Yep, early in the run.
Oh,
of the
okay.
show. Yep.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's good because it's not running into Christmas.
Right. Well, and that same week, so we're kind of hitting things strong at the beginning of the show. There also is a community forum that will take place at the Phipps. It's a forum, a taping of the Different Voices Shared Visions program, which is runs on River Channel, moderated by David Brooke. And Daniel Brooks, sorry. So that will take place in the Black Box Theater, and that's on November 9th at 7 p.m. So an opportunity, it's a panel discussion and really an opportunity to listen and learn, but then also open up for question and dialogue. So that will be a real participatory, hopefully a pretty dynamic conversation, and it will be taped and broadcast.
That is going to be so interesting, and I've heard some of his shows here. He's had several panels, and I very much admire his questioning and all the things they bring out about faith and that. It's really, that's going to be really fun for me.
Yeah, I think so. Towards the end of the exhibit, there is a performance by the Rose Ensemble. We were fortunate enough to bring them in. I think that's November 25th, I want to say.
It is.
So I think I'm excited too that we have an exhibition that relates to a music performance, and then also to creating, this sort of dialogue, in the community and with the community about this theme. I think is really exciting to me. So.
And that Rose Ensemble is quite well known, I believe.
They have a national, if not international, reputation.
That's what I thought.
And they're out of the Twin Cities. They'll be presenting a program called Land of Three Faiths, Voices of Ancient Mediterranean Jews, Christians, and Muslims. So it's a perfect theme for this exhibition.
Yeah.
And
great
very
tie-in.
unusual instrumentation. And I imagine we'll hear some vocals we're not used to. So we have to keep an open mind, but explore those things. It really intrigues me that you've got this year. I think it's going to be just a big success.
Oh, good. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah, I am excited. I think there's a lot of potential there, again, to really, encourage dialogue and to do so through the arts, which is
That's going to be
such a
on
great
my
way to come
series,
together.
John, for sure.
Excellent.
I really want to hear that. Oh, and it's so nice to hear you two collaborate too.
Yeah.
All right.
This is exactly what an arts center should be doing.
That is exactly right, and I love doing this interview. And of course, all my favorite things in my family are art and music. So you two just bring a lot to the table. Thank you, Anastasia.
Yeah, thank you.
And now I'm going to turn to John because I just looked at the new brochure. It is marvelous. I'm very excited about it. So now I'm going to let John go through the brochure. And remember, you can always pick these up at the Phipps too. And do you ever mail these?
We did mail them, so the season started in June, actually.
Oh, that's
So
right,
we
yeah.
mailed these in May and June, and you can pick them up at the center, and you can find everything online as well. So at
Yes, and that is the way
thefipps.org.
people like to do it now, I guess.
Increasingly.
Yes.
But we're happy to provide it in whatever way people want to find
Oh,
it.
I
So-
agree.
Yeah.
So we're going to start with theater then?
Well, I think that's
up to you.
a good place to start. So this month, September,
Yes.
we'll be producing the Savannah Sipping Society,
Oh, yes.
which is a touching comedy by the authors of the Dixie Swim Club. And if you recall that show, it was very, very popular. And again, a touching comedy. You'll laugh, you'll cry, just like real life. And then in October, we'll have the Phipps Children's Theater performing Madagascar, a musical adventure. And that is based on the animated film. Very, very fun show. And then that'll be October, November. And then in December, we'll be presenting, again, the Children's Theater will be presenting A Charlie Brown Christmas.
Oh, I love that one.
And that's based on the animated television special as well. In January, we'll have Guys on Ice. So you've been waiting for that ice fishing musical, and this is it, Bobby.
Oh, no.
This is the one. So it's a couple of guys in their fishing shack on a lake in Wisconsin.
Oh, that sounds very comical.
They sing and they talk about fishing, beer, and the Packers.
Oh,
so-
my goodness.
Just like real life.
Just like real life. You'll laugh, you'll cry.
That's going to be perfect for a lot of people I know.
And then in February, the Children's Theater will present Junie B. Jones is Not a Crook. And that's part of the popular Junie B. Jones book series.
Oh.
You may not be familiar with it, but if you're of a certain age or have little ones of a certain age, they are all about Junie B. Jones.
Really?
Yes, she's a rascal. But there's always a moral at the end. She's hilarious, actually. And there's always a little moral at the end.
Great.
And then in March, our community theater will be presenting Once Upon a Mattress, which is a hilarious musical comedy based in part on The Princess and the Pea. And then in May, we'll have the Children's Theater performing Snow White. I'm sorry, that may not be correct. Goldilocks and the Three Pigs. So you can see how I kind of got confused on that one, but it's, I think Snow White may be in that as well. It's a fractured fairy tale by a local playwright, Larry D'Amico, and it's very fun. It's a mix-up of several fairy tales, and everything gets sorted out at the end, hopefully. And then we'll be concluding our theater series with The Red Box in June, which is a Nero Wolfe mystery. It was a great hit for Park Square Theater a couple seasons ago, and we're very happy to be producing it. Then we have a number of events on our Music, Organ, and Special Events series, and I'll just look at them chronologically.
Oh, sure.
The Brio Brass will be performing in October. They are a 50-member non-traditional brass band. They just rock, and they're a lot of fun. It is not just marches. It's a lot of jazz and some jazz rock as well.
Ooh.
And then we'll also have an organ concert, and that will actually be The Hunchback of Notre Dame, the 1923 silent film starring Lon Chaney, will be accompanied by Clark Wilson on the Wurlitzer Theater pipe organ. And Clark is a favorite. He comes every other season, usually accompanies a silent film. It's a feature-length silent, and it was actually Universal Studios' most popular silent film. And then we'll have two favorites back in October who have not performed on our stage together, and it's kind of a rare treat that Pop Wagner is a fiddler, a guitarist, a storyteller, a Renaissance cowboy, and he'll be performing solo and together with Butch Thompson, the traditional jazz pianist. And they both met in the early days of A Prairie Home Companion. Butch used to be the pianist for the show and the music director, and Pop was a frequent performer on there. And so they're getting together for two shows on October 14. In November, Patrick Ball returns, the Celtic harpist and storyteller, and he has a brand new show called Come Dance With Me in Ireland, a pilgrimage to Yeats country. And it's featuring the writings of William Butler Yeats, probably Ireland's most acclaimed poet. So there'll be poems, stories, and music. And then in December, one of your favorites, in fact, you may be performing with the Phipps Festival Chorus.
Oh, yes. Always.
Very, very good. They'll be performing Glad Tidings from stage and screen, so it'll feature song selections from films ranging from White Christmas to The Polar Express. And then, of course,
that's going to be fun.
It should be great fun.
Yeah.
Then, of course, we'll have our New Year's Eve concerts. This year, it's Colleen Ray presenting New Year's Eve on Broadway. So all shows, songs from shows from Broadway's past to the present. Should be a couple of great shows. And then in January, the Phipps Dance Theater will be performing a brand new show, The Jazz Age. And that will be for 2 weekends in January. And then we'll continue in February with a concert by a group who will be making their Phipps debut. When Bonroe Crossing, the popular bluegrass band, was here a couple seasons ago, I asked a couple of their members who their favorite local performers were. And the High 48 were at the top of their lists. And so we're presenting the High 48s. They are a bluegrass band from Minneapolis, and we're looking very excited to them. They do traditional and modern. They do their own numbers as well. and that will be followed by Sean Johnson Big Band Experience. Sean, you may remember, is the lead singer with the a cappella trio Tonic Sol Fa.
Oh my goodness.
And he has I would say, a modern big band approach. So there'll be surprises in there as well as some traditional numbers. And then we go on to the Phipps Choral Society with Schubert's Mass in G
Yes.
in April.
And I must say, that is one of my favorites.
You
It's
may
a
want to
beautiful
comment
work.
on that.
It's a beautiful work that I think anybody would enjoy. It's not at all difficult to listen to, and it's just very ethereal. And the different parts of the Mass are actually some of my favorite music
Excellent.
because they have so much meaning. And that particular one, I have to say, is definitely up high on my list.
I'm pleased to hear that.
Yes, and I think Tom Dawley must have selected it. And of course, he is a friend and the director of both choirs at the Phipps. So I'm going to tell him he did a good job.
I'm pleased to hear that. He will be as well. That's going to be on Palm Sunday then, so it's a perfect start to Holy Week.
Yes, I love that.
That will be followed by a debut of a young theater organist from Milwaukee who is a protege of one of our favorites, Dave Wickerham. His name is Zach Frame. And Zach, when he was a teen, actually played on the organ here. Dave brought him up one time, and we're delighted to have him back now that he's in his early 30s probably. But Zach has a great reputation in Milwaukee and beyond. And then in May, we're also having a debut of the Phipps debut of the Cafe Accordion Orchestra. They're presenting a program called Cinema. And that will be songs from films ranging from the Marx Brothers to Quentin Tarantino. And we'll also have film clips, cartoons, and a silent short that they'll be accompanying with that show. So a really, really fun, different experience.
Unusual.
And then we're closing our music season with Ruben Ristrom and the Bourbon Street Boys Jazz Band, and that will feature members of the old Upper Mississippi Jazz Band and the Dixieland Show Band, the Barbary Coast Dixieland Show Band. So a really, really great group of musicians and great way to close the season.
Oh my goodness, this is just so outstanding.
It's a fun season, I think.
It is. It's wonderful. And now tell me about those great deals you're going to present.
I'm so
for
glad that you mentioned it, Bobby.
3 and 5 and 7 or
I
more.
don't even have to bring it up. So we offer 2 season tickets. One of them is for our adult theater productions as well as our music and dance events. And you can pick any 3 for $60 or any 5 for $95 or any 7 for $126. And that's up to a 33% savings over single tickets. So it's a substantial discount.
That's great.
That is amazing.
And then we're also offering a children's theater series ticket, and that's for the 4 children's theater productions. And that's $56 for the 4, and you can pick whatever performance you want of each production. And that's up to
wonderful.
33% savings as well.
So you're thinking about the families too.
Well, I think there truly is something for everyone on this.
Well, there is. I mean, there's nothing more delightful than watching children perform. And even your high school musical, I can't miss that.
I'm pleased to hear it.
Yes. So you really have a wonderful, wonderful discount. And you don't have to worry about the individual prices because you may be getting your ticket for as low as $18.
Thank you, Bobby.
That makes me feel good when I go down there even. And if people do say, oh, it's too expensive, it really isn't. So I just think you have done a very good job with that. So you must get down and get your tickets. There's lots of good seating yet, I'm sure.
For most shows there is. For those one-time events, some of them are a little tight. So.
Well, that's true. And if you do pick like maybe 2 tickets to one show, you will be paying a little more. So I think that encourages people to go a little bit more often. I do think that's a good deal. Everybody likes a good deal nowadays. And if you have to run to the cities and go to things, and lots of times I used to do that, but this is right here in Hudson. It's very convenient, lovely seats, lovely things to go to in the area, such as food, restaurants, etc.
We have so many outstanding restaurants.
We
within
do.
Just a
Oh,
short
we
walk.
have.
I know.
Hudson is such a delightful little town.
Well, it's a great way to, make a night out because you can, go out to a restaurant,
Yes.
see a plate. The galleries are open.
Just going to say, come
before.
early.
Yes,
Come
you
early.
must do that.
The galleries are open an hour before and through intermission of all performances. So, you kind of get a full, well-rounded art experience.
And we even have a gift shop. And oftentimes the artists will be offering CDs for sale. And it's just a wonderful hometown event. It really is. And now that the galleries are remodeled, I really enjoy that.
Thank
Because
you.
there's more space.
It feels like it, doesn't it?
Yeah, I feel like it's a lot more.
Yeah.
So it really works out well.
Well, there's more opportunities for displaying.
I think that's it.
Yeah,
Right. We've made them more flexible. The galleries are more flexible. I mean, for being a, small hometown kind of
Yes.
center, we are, very professional
Oh, I
in terms
love
of the quality of the, the programs that we present, but also the facility itself, really. There's not a bad seat in the house, and,
Very,
can-
very nice. And I'm there so much because you allow the clubs I'm in to be there and everything else. And it's just, everything that I've seen there has been so well done. So thank you for that. You
very nice
planned
to
it
hear.
well.
Yeah.
And I know you do have a committee because I've served on it at times. But now should we give them information on how to contact the Phipps?
Indeed, I was just going to
better do that.
piggyback on what you mentioned, though. So the real reason that we have the programming that we do is our volunteers. So from its inception, the center was based on the concept of it would be governed by volunteers and staffed primarily by volunteers, and they choose the vast majority of our programming, and that's true in the visual and the performing arts. So the staff is there to facilitate their wishes, and there's an opportunity for everyone to become involved in any way that they might choose, be it
Oh, yes.
a one-time event or be it on a regular basis. So in contact information, you're always welcome to visit us at our website, thefipps.org. And there's opportunities to see what the programming is like, to purchase tickets, or to volunteer. All of that can be done on our website. And then you can always give us a call at 715-386-2305 if you'd like to talk about volunteering or anything that you might want to discuss. And then our ticket office line is 715-386-8409.
Right. And it's open pretty much Monday through Friday and Saturday morning. Correct?
The ticket office is, yes, and then our galleries are open 7 days a week.
Really? Well, that's perfect.
And always free too. So just a great
It
place
just
to
gets
stop
better
in.
and better.
It does. Yeah. Right, but if you find yourself in downtown Hudson, and
Yes.
step into the
Oh,
galleries.
my goodness. I
Yeah.
mean, there's something every month and so many offerings here. And I think it's always fun to go to something I haven't seen before, or maybe expand a little, because I never used to go to the dance concerts, recitals, and now I've just gotten hooked on them. And that's delightful to watch people dancing like that. And of course, that's part of the classes at the Phipps too. And I didn't mention this, but I was thinking about the lessons we offer too.
Yeah.
And that is also very, very popular. So you must really, I just can't emphasize it enough because it's just been such a big part of my life for so many years. So we really have to emphasize that you come here and enjoy the theater. So did we miss anything? I think we got it all.
I think you've done an admirable job.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it couldn't be done without you two. Thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you for
And-
the opportunity.
Yeah, thank you.
We certainly hope you enjoyed this show and avail yourself of some of these opportunities. Come to Hudson, enjoy the theater. The Phipps is really a little highlight in our lives, and we'd love for you to experience it and our town. So thank you for watching today.